गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज हम जा रहे हैं नई कंट्री देखने। बेल्जियम है, यहाँ से कुछ दूर पे पड़ता है, मतलब सेंजन कंट्रीज़ हैं तो फिर अलाउड होता है। नीदरलैंड्स के वीज़ा में भी अलाउड है। वो आज सैटरडे था तो घूमने जा रहे थे। दिखाते हैं आज आपको नई कंट्री। पहुंच गए हम बेल्जियम। नज़ारे देखो आप बेल्जियम में। घूम रहे हम बेल्जियम की स्ट्रीट्स में। वही जा रहे हैं चर्च की तरफ। तो यहाँ का चर्च दिखा दो। ठंडा तो 2-3 डिग्री टेम्परेचर है। ठंडा बहुत हो रहा है। पैक होके भी पूरा ठंडा लग रहा है फिर भी। बोट भी ट्राई करेंगे इधर। बोट जा रही है, वैसे ही कुछ ट्राई करेंगे अभी। सामने चर्च है। चलो फिर बोट में ही चलते हैं। क्रिसमस की तैयारी चालू हो गई इधर। देखो क्रिसमस के लिए प्रिपेयर करने लग गए। हम लोग का एक ही तो फेस्टिवल होता है बस। ये यहाँ का पुरानी चर्च है। एक ये है बड़ा सा। खाने आज चिकन लेग पीस।
बेल्जियम वालों का भी रेस्टोरेंट है, यहाँ भी जाएंगे हम। और वो चाचा की दुकान से हम आइसक्रीम खाएंगे बाद में। क्या करेंगे हम आज? पार्टी के मूड से आए हैं, हमको करना है।
और कुछ नहीं करना है आज। ढूंढ रहे हैं। ठंडा हालत खराब है। कॉफी पी के थोड़ा गर्माहट आएगी फिर। मेरे इस तो सिगरेट फूक फूक के बुरे हाल है। और हैं वॉफल्स, चलो वॉफल्स। यही होती स्ट्रॉबेरी की आइसक्रीम। इंडिया में तो शायद उल्लू बनाते लग रहा है। स्ट्रॉबेरी का टेस्ट इसी में आ रहा है भाई, असली वाला।
ये बबलू बोल रहा है कि स्ट्रॉबेरी का वो बोला स्ट्रॉबेरी का असली टेस्ट तो यही आ रहा है।
बोटिंग करने ये जी बोटिंग में जा रहे हैं ना।
हाँ बोटिंग जाने यार। रात को फिर शाम को बहुत ठंडा हो जाता है, पानी थोड़ा बूंद भी पड़ेगी ना।
अभी बहुत हो रहा है, अभी मतलब दिन का टाइम है, फिर भी यहाँ के लिए दिन है, मेरे लिए तो विदेश मतलब शाम ही है, धूप तो दिखती नहीं है। जिया जी कहते तो मान लेता हूँ, एक दिन है,
रात हो रही है।
नहीं देख रहे हो आप? बैठे क्या जिया जी यहीं?
बैठना पड़ेगा।
यहीं बैठते हैं। मम्मी को भी चखाओ थोड़ा काला पानी।
So big welcome to everyone. Big welcome here on board. My name is Julian, and today I'll be your guide here on the city boats. So first of all, who understands English here? Anyone understands English en Nederlandstalige die moeite hebben met Engels? Ja? Nederlands? Alright. Des francophones comprennent pas l'anglais? No? Alright. In that case I will do a tour in English en ik zal er een kleine uitleg geven in het Nederlands voor jullie. So a very big welcome here on the boats of Ghent. So we are situated inside the city center, the medieval city center here in Ghent. And this used to be a very old city, and also a very important city. Especially in between the 11th and the 16th century, the city of Ghent was one of the wealthiest and most populated cities in the north of Europe, even being second after Paris. And the reason for this was its geographical location, and just like many other cities in the north of Europe, they were built next to a river. The city of Ghent was built on the confluence of two important rivers. So here we have the river Lys, and a bit further the Lys joins each other up with the Schelde, two rivers which were very important for the transport of grains in the Middle Ages. That is why the city could ask for an important tax, a tax that was called the staple rights, and it meant that every single boat transporting grains here, they had to pay 1/4, so 25% of the grains that they were having, and give it to the local people here. And so yeah, this privilege made this city very wealthy and made sure that there was a lot of food inside the city, and food is always the reason why a city can start to expand. The grains could be stored here. They could enter the city by this harbor, and they could be stored in this building with the grey room, and as said, it is a building that dates from the 13th century. We bevinden ons hier op de rivier de Leie, een van de twee rivieren waar de stad Gent op ontstaan is. Dit was in de 7e eeuw. De tweede is de Schelde. Twee rivieren die belangrijk waren. Another thing that made this city so wealthy was the textile production. Textile was our #1 export product in between the 11th and the 20th century. And even in the 20th century, the city was very wealthy because of the textile trading. And often very wealthy cities here in Europe, they could own graffiti. It was created by the brothers van Eyck and was finished in the year 1432. This painting is considered to be one of the most valuable paintings ever created in history. Also one of the most stolen artifacts in history. It was stolen many times. Although today there is only 23 of the 24 original paintings inside the cathedral. One got lost. It is the painting of the rightful judges. See the Dominican monastery. Its building was finished in the end of the 15th century. And the Dominicans, they were scholars. So usually the monks, they always had their motto saying that they would work and pray. Well, the Dominicans, they changed this and saying that they would study and pray. In the 16th century, during the Second Iconoclasm, which was a civil war here in the city, the Protestants will enter this building, and they will destroy more than 30,000 manuscripts inside by throwing them out of those windows there. The legend said that you could even walk on the water that time without having your feet wet. Now here we can see a big church. This is the St. Michael's Church. It was built by the brewers because, in the 15th century, when a group of people started to make a lot of money, well, they would often spend it to build a church. This way they could stay immortal. But it should have been the highest tower in the city, but you can see a tower is missing. This was because of the foundations that were not strong enough, since it was built too close to the river, and so it couldn't hold this church that was going to be 134 meters high. So if they would have built it, the whole church would have collapsed. Here on our left side we can see the 17th century fish market. While on the other side we have the 15th century meat house. And this house was until the 19th century the only place in the city where you could buy or sell meat. This was for the city to keep a control on the quality and the prices of the meat. But in the Middle Ages, fish was mainly for the poor people, while meat was only for the rich people. And then here on our left side we also have a very interesting neighborhood, a neighborhood which is called the Court of the Princes. It is named after a big palace that used to be standing right here. So the second residence of the Counts of Flanders. And here a very important man will be born, a man which was the result of very strategic weddings, because in the Middle Ages, well, most of the kings, counts or emperors, they didn't marry for romantic reasons, but mainly for political reasons. Here it was the Emperor Maximilian of Austria, the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, and he marries the Countess of Flanders, Marie de Bourgondia. Together they have a son named Philip. Around the same time, the King and Queen of Spain, Isabella de Castile, she marries Ferdinand of Aragon. Together they have a daughter named Juana. So Juana will marry Philip, and this will bring a lot of powerhouses together. For example, while the Austrian Empire, the Holy Roman Empire, joins together with the Spanish Empire and together with the Duchy of
मैं बोट की राइड बढ़िया थी। वो एक्चुअली क्या कर रहा था, गेंट के बारे में बता रहा था कि मोन्यूमेंट्स थे। मैंने अभी क्लिप डालूंगा, मैं क्लिप मतलब हाँ ऐड कर दूंगा पहले, ये तो मैं बाद में बोल रहा हूँ। वहाँ से जाके आ गया, क्लिप में ऐड कर दूंगा, उसमें देखना। बता रहा था, मस्त एक्सपीरियंस था। कुछ खाते हैं, देखते हैं। पिज़्ज़ा हट तो है इधर, ट्राई करते हैं कैसा होता है इधर। थोड़ा मॉल में जाते हैं, शॉपिंग करते हैं, स्पेंड करते हैं, फिर यही ठंड से तो हालत ख़राब है इधर। चालू है। ऐसा कुछ मॉल है बेल्जियम का। घर आज का ब्लॉग यहीं एंड करते हैं। अगर अच्छा लगा लाइक करना, शेयर करना, सब्सक्राइब कर देना। बाकी कभी मौका मिले तो आना, इधर अच्छी कंट्री है बेल्जियम में, मस्त है।